So earlier, these things released, and these are the Skyward Sword Joycons. Apparently, there was a bit of a fix with the Joycon Drift problem in in regular Joycons, and this set seems to have that quote unquote fix, but it's not really a fix. So before I get into this, make sure you guys are hitting the thumbs up, subscribe if you guys are new, and let me know if you've experienced Joycon Drift. I'm sure many of you have, and if you have you experienced it on any newer Joy-Cons that you may have purchased within the past year? So with that, let's go ahead and get to the article. So this article is coming from Nintendo Life, and in the article it states the foam pads in Zelda Joy-Con controllers aren't new. So a YouTuber also chimed in regarding this. Earlier this month, we ran a story about someone who had supposedly come up with a solution for Joy-Con Drift. In case you missed it, the fix requires you to insert a small square of paper or cardboard into the same spot as the analog stick locations in order to reapply pressure to the case of the controller. It's that simple, and so far, it seems to be working. Now, a Nintendo Switch user by the name of Mario RPG Fan, great game by the way, you need to play Super Mario RPG. Anyways, on Twitter has opened up about their brand has opened up their brand new Skyward Sword HD controller. Yes, someone actually did that. I haven't even opened the damn box for mine, and you can see I have some more behind me. And discovered two foam strips around the analog section of the case. Well, it seems like this could potentially be an exciting fix since it blew up online. Many other Switch fans have now highlighted how similar strips have also been spotted on much older Joy-Cons. YouTuber Spawnwave shared his own yellow Joy-Cons from a few years ago alongside the new Zelda ones. It does look like Nintendo put foam in the newest Joy-Con controllers behind the joystick module. Also, Nintendo seems to have been doing this for a little while now, at least. My yellow Joy-Con from a couple years ago also has it. Fellow YouTuber Erica Griffin responded to this, noting how it apparently has been a good while since these foam pads have been in the Joy-Cons, but they won't necessarily resolve the drift issue. I first saw them in my neon purple and orange Joy-Con October 2019. I reshell these things all the time, and it has pads and still drifts a bit. Silly fix for a multifaceted issue. While these foam pads may have slightly improved Joy-Con controllers, it seems they're not necessarily the official fix everyone is hoping for. Have you seen these pads in your own Joy-Cons before? Okay, so here's the thing. I don't use my Joy-Cons. I don't use them. And if I do use them, it's very, very rare that I do use them. The only time I use them is if I'm playing in handheld mode and I'm in bed and I have the Switch in my hands. Outside of that, I never use the Joy-Cons. I don't use the Joy-Cons when I'm playing in docked mode. I don't even use the Joy-Cons when I'm playing in handheld mode and I'm sitting at a table. I will put the Switch on the kickstand, and I will then use a controller to play. I don't like using my Joy-Cons because of the Joy-Con drift issue. That being said, with these, I don't know. I haven't even opened any of these that I have, and you can see I have 3 more behind me. No, I'm not a scalper. Yes, I went out and I purchased these at like Walmarts that were around my area because I'm a collector, and as you can see, I have multiple collector's editions back there. I'm not even fully set up. This is my new studio. I'm not even fully set up. There's a whole bunch of collectors you can't see. I have doubles and triples of collector's editions just because I hold on to them. I keep one that I open, and then the other ones I hold on to. But in this case, I'm not opening it because I'm not going to use it. But regardless, the whole Joy-Con drift issue has been going on since the Switch came out. And why they can't come up with a solution, I don't know. Or maybe they just don't care enough to come up with a solution because Joy-Cons breaking means more sales for them. To an extent, I mean, if it breaks or it has Joy-Con drift issues under warranty, then they'll go ahead and you should swap it out if it's under warranty. The whole thing is that this isn't the first case of Joy-Con drift. There's been Joy-Con drift with multiple different controllers in the past. It's been something that we've experienced many times. Honestly, my own personal experience, I've only when it comes to PlayStation, for example, I've only ever experienced Joy-Con drift or joystick drift on my PS controllers one time. Sorry, I'm tired. And that was recently or semi-recently on a PS4 controller. In fact, it was this controller right here. Not this one. This is actually the replacement one that I have. But I bought a Magma Red PS4 controller, and the joystick would drift. And the thing is, the reason why it would drift is because it would get stuck. So this joystick, like when you would move it around, it would feel crunchy, and it wouldn't work properly. And so when I would try to move a character, then or the camera, whatever, you'd see the camera just spin. Same thing on this side. It felt crunchy, like there was something inside where the joystick moves, and that's why it wouldn't work properly. And so that was really the only time on a PlayStation controller I've ever experienced that. On Nintendo controllers, on the other hand, I've experienced it a few times. One on a Nintendo 64 controller, where the joystick just wouldn't work anymore, and that was just the design of the joysticks of the Nintendo 64s back then, from overusing them in games like Mario Party, stuff like that. Excuse me. The part that would keep it in place would just wear out, and then you would see the joystick just kind of flop over like it was having erectile dysfunction. The GameCube had that same issue as well, although to a lesser extent. I think I've only experienced it one time on a GameCube controller, and then I never experienced it again on a GameCube controller. I have experienced it on other controllers, third-party controllers, that are not made to the same standard as the first-party manufacturer controllers. I won't name names as to manufacturers of specific controllers, mainly because I don't remember them, and two, they probably don't exist anymore. But let me know down in the comment section if you've experienced any sort of Joycon drift or joystick drift for that matter with other controllers, because it's not just a Nintendo thing. We're calling Nintendo out now because that's the current one that's having the issues, but it's not something that is uncommon amongst gaming controllers, especially gaming controllers that are used quite frequently. So sound off in the comment section, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace out.